Hi guys, so let's start with the question of the day. A footballer sustained a twisting injury of knee. X-ray showed no bony injury. He had history of knee joint swelling immediately after knee. What is the most probable injured structure? A. Anterior cruciate ligament. B. Lateral collateral ligament. C. Lateral menisci. Or D. Tibial neck injury. So for this question, let's try to highlight the keywords. No bony injury, and there is history of joint swelling immediately after the knee. So for this question, first let's see about tibial neck injury. No, tibial neck injury can never be the answer because there is no bony injury. Okay, now we have to decide between all these three options. So let's start. First, I will tell you some one-liners. What is the most common injured tendon in the body? It is supraspinatus more than tendoachilles. What is the most common injured ligament in the body? This is a PYQ also. So, this is a PYQ. It is anterior talofibular ligament. Now, let's study about knee. So, in knee, you have some three structures are present. Menisci, cruciate ligaments and collaterals are present. So, collaterals are extracapsular structure. In intracapsular, you have menisci and you have cruciate. Menisci are intrasynovial, that is, they are present inside the synovius, and cruciate, they are extrasynovial. What is the investigation of choice? Investigation of choice is MRI, but what is gold standard? For anything to be gold standard, if we see that thing by using an arthroscope, if we put an arthroscope, we can see the knee structure inside, so that is gold standard. Except collaterals. In collaterals you have MRI because arthroscope will go inside the knee, but collaterals are extracapsular structure. First you have to understand this. Now let's try to understand this image. What are collaterals? Collaterals are present on the sides, that is lateral collateral ligament and medial collateral ligament. These are the stabilizers. They are present in the varus and the valgus plane. So these are things about collaterals, and these are extracapsular. Now let's study about menisci. These are the two menisci. These are shock absorbers, rotational stabilizers. So there are medial menisci, lateral menisci. Then you have cruciate ligaments. So in cruciate ligaments, first you have to understand how the naming is done. So there is anterior cruciate ligament and there is posterior cruciate ligament. The name is based on the tibia. If the ligament is present on the anterior surface of the tibia, it is anterior cruciate ligament, and if it is present on the posterior surface, it is posterior cruciate ligament. First, understand the anatomy and this. Okay. So, if there is injury to anterior cruciate ligament, there is difficulty in going downstairs. And in posterior cruciate ligament injury, there is difficulty in going upstairs. So, anterior cruciate ligament, there is difficulty in going downstairs. And in posterior, upstairs. Now, we will see the MRI image. So, in this, why MRI? Because it will help us to localize the soft tissues very importantly. First, you don't see the image, try to understand which is the anterior cruciate ligament and the posterior cruciate ligament. This is an INI question, so that is why very, very important image. So this is the anterior cruciate ligament. Why this is anterior cruciate ligament? Because it is present on the anterior surface of the tibia. See the anterior cruciate ligament, and behind you have posterior cruciate ligament. What are the anterior, posterior? Then you have tibia. Based on the tibia, you will mark anterior cruciate and posterior cruciate. Now let's try to understand from the options. Cruciate, collateral and menisci. You have to understand the anatomy of all of this. First, it will say joint swelling. If it is a collateral, you think yourself, it is a collateral, it will be present here. So any swelling will be localized swelling. It will not be present in the whole knee joint. It will be a localized swelling. Like either on the medial side or on the lateral side. So it can never be a collateral ligament. Now you have to understand about menisci and cruciate. And you have to also know about the test associated. In menisci, there is a delayed effusion of knee. So delayed injury. Less than 15 to 20 ml of fluid is accumulated. So but there is delayed effusion. What are the tests to understand the menisci? So the mnemonic is MATE. M. McMurray's test, LAP's grinding test, Thelasse test or Aegis test. Aegis test is the best test. So what we do in McMurray's test? We will flex the knee at 90 degree and then just you need to know the image. This is the McMurray's test. No need to understand how it is done. In LAPs, how I used to learn this Epley's test, you all know about Kerala backwaters. So I used to learn like Kerala Alipis backwaters. So we will put the patient in a prone position. So like this, Apley's compression test, and this is the Thelasse test, like a Thalaiva dance that we do. So Thelasse test, just the image is important. No need to learn everything. In LAP's test, patient is present in the prone position with knee flexed to the 90 degree and then we rotate the knee. So its pain is present. In Thalasse's test, patient is made to stand on the injured knee, like you can see, and then we will slightly flex and twist to provoke the symptoms. And the best test is Aegis test. So this is all about the menisci. But menisci, there is delayed injury, not just it will happen. In what happens in cruciate ligament? So injury to any cruciate ligaments, it presents with a pop sound or a loud sound and rapid joint swelling is there. There will be no delayed effusion. There will be just on the spot that you can hear a pop sound and a knee swelling. There will be poor healing and management. You can leave physiotherapy and surgery. So what test you can do for cruciate ligament? First is anterior draw test. In anterior draw test also you will flex the knee at 90 degrees. Then we will pull the tibia. If it slides 5 to 6 centimeter anterior, then means it is positive. And then there is Latchman test. In Latchman test you will put at 30 degrees. 30 to 20 degrees. And this is why this Latchman test is better. Because anterior draw test, there will be false negative test due to hamstring spasm. So this is a better test. So for this question, let's try to understand. Lateral menisci. No, it will not be present immediately if there is any injury to the menisci. So answer cannot be C. So answer becomes A. Cruciate ligament. Because there is pop sound is present. It is immediately after the knee. So for this question and sports injury, you need to know this image by heart. You need to understand the anatomy. And you just need to know the names of the test. No need to know how it is done. Just the names of the tests are more than enough for this. So answer is A. Now why I have included tibial neck injury? Because this is also a very important question. You tell me which nerve is injured in tibial neck injury. Okay guys. Tibial or fibula also. Fibular neck injury. Basically fibular neck injury I wanted to ask. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow with another question. Thank you.